honeysuckle soup on a hot summer day. Coffee comes back in a nerve-wracking way. The dishes and laundry take the garbage out. What a day, what a day, what a day.
Well, welcome to Capital Region Today. I'm so happy that you're joining us today. What a show we have today. We are going to go to Catskill, we're going to Albany, we're going to Troy and Schenectady, and all parts near and far. We cover everything. So we have a great show lined up today. We're going to be talking with the Electric City Chorus. We'll be talking with the Bridge Street Theater, and they're down in Catskill. And then we have the Albany Civic Theater. They've got a production going on. And the Harbinger Theater also has one. And then we're going to be talking about Mount Ida, and they're having a fundraiser. It's a preservation society over in Troy. We're going to find out more about what they do in their beautiful facility that they have. We're going to start right out with our first guest, which is the Electric City Chorus. They're going to be doing barbershop to Broadway.
Barbershop meets Broadway.
Yeah, and you're the.
I happen to be Bill Saratella.
Yeah.
I am a lead in the chorus, but I also am the chorus manager.
You're the manager, and you bring these great guys with you, huh?
Somehow I found them, and we brought them with us.
Okay.
One of our 4 quartets.
And they're the four.
This is the Forgettables.
F-O-U-R.
You got it.
Yeah, Forgettable. Okay, well, we're going to hear from those Forgettables, and take it away, guys.
They're going to sing 2 numbers, I think. And
You're going to sing a couple numbers? Okay, great.
First one is Something.
Take it away.
Something in the way she moves attracts me like no other lover. Something in the way she moves me. I don't want to leave her now. You know I believe in her. Somewhere in her smile she knows that I don't need no other lover. Something in her style that shows me I don't want to leave her now. You know I believe in how. You're asking me, will my love grow? I don't know. I don't know. You stick around and it may show. I don't know. I don't know. Something in the way she knows it. And all I have to do is think of her. Something in the thing she shows me. I don't want to leave her now. You know I believe and how. Something in the way she moves.
What do you think? Second number?
They're going to do another one here. Yeah. We're getting treated tonight.
You got it.
I'm gonna live till I die. I'm gonna laugh instead of cry. I'm gonna fill my cup until my number's up. I'm gonna live, live, live until I die. They're gonna say, hey, what a guy. I'm gonna play for the sky. Ain't gonna miss a thing. I'm gonna have my fling. I'm gonna live, live, live until I die. The blues I'll lay low, I'll make them stay low. They'll never trail over my head. I'll be a devil till I'm an angel, but until then, glory, hallelujah, dance, gonna fly. I'll take a chance, riding high. Gonna take this town and turn it upside down. I'm gonna live, 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 live until I die. Till I die.
Okay.
I'm not forgetting it, though.
Not a
Not
problem.
forgetting. I'm coming back to you.
You got it.
Okay, good. Listen, you guys sound really good. Yeah, Scott's a returner. He's been on before, and the rest of you, well, I think you, Terry, you've been on before as well. Hank,
I was on that seat the other time.
yeah. Okay, I'm trying to remember who's here. You're the newbie, but you're not the newbie, Chuck.
That's correct.
I heard that you've been a director, huh?
Oh, yes.
Okay, tell me a bit.
I was the director.
Yeah. A man of very few words.
I directed the Electric City Chorus for about 30 years.
I know. Bill just told me that.
Oh,
That's great, yeah. And you play what part now? You're the
I sing the tenor part.
tenor. Baritone's down there, I know that. Scott, you've been on before, I know
Yes, I
that.
have, yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
and by the way, I have to just say that Chuck Ferrone passed away, and the last time he was here, he's standing right here.
Yeah, great guy. We
Yeah,
miss him
great guy.
dearly,
So I just
very
wanted
dearly.
a little
Yeah,
tribute
thank
to
you
him
so
as
much.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So tell me.
Yeah,
a
I'm
little bit
Scott
more.
Rigney. I
Yeah.
sing the lead,
Yeah.
so it's basically the melody of the four parts.
Yeah,
so,
and I heard you do good. At that very end, you just kind of do that little bit there. It's
there was
cool.
a little squeak I added in there,
Yeah,
but that's okay.
Okay, Terry, how about you? What do you? Okay.
Terry Topka, I sing bass, which is usually the root of the chord, sometimes the fifth, sometimes even the seventh, but let's not get into that.
Okay, and then we have Hank over here.
I'm Hank Petticoat. I'm the president of the Electric City
You're
Chorus.
president,
I
yes.
am,
That's when you were on last
That's
time.
why
we
I was
talked
on
about,
last
yeah.
time. But in this quartet, I sing baritone, and I get to sing all the notes that are left over.
Well, somebody's got to do it.
Exactly. I mean, that's my job.
So you're doing barbershop to Broadway, right? Meets
Right.
Broadway. We're doing. So some of the songs will be Broadway, probably all
A lot of them will be, yes.
Yeah.
And we have our guest quartets, and they'll be singing some Broadway stuff too.
Yeah, sounds
So,
good.
yeah, we're
And
looking
you're
forward
not
to
the
it.
only ones that will be singing at the big
We have
event
three.
on
We
the
have
28th,
three. We
right?
have three of our own quartets. Plus, we have three guest groups. One of them is Catalyst. They're our current Northeastern District Champion Quartet.
I heard about them.
And we have
Amazing,
a ladies
aren't
quartet. Bill, you're going to have to help me. I can't remember their name. The ladies quartet.
Illuminate.
Illuminate.
Okay.
The
They
Sweet
are-
Adeline Society.
They're also an award-winning quartet with the Sweet Adeline group.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have Totally Pitching, which is a a cappella chorus from
they're quite
Schenectady
good, too,
Community,
yeah.
or whatever they're calling themselves these days.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, we're really looking forward to it. September 28th, I think Bill maybe.
Yeah, I think I'll go over to Bill and get the details
Sure,
from him.
but thank you
Not
so
that
much
you
for-
don't have them already.
All right, thank you so much for having us today.
Yeah, that's okay. Stay, hang around. So, Bill, where are you performing this?
We're over at the Schenectady Light Opera Company again. Nice, cozy, 240
It's a
seat
wonderful
environment.
theater.
It's a great theater for
Yeah.
singing.
Yeah.
So none of the seats are bad. And there's only 93 seats left.
Oh, I better get my tickets.
You better get yours. We sent you that, so
Yes, I
get on
know.
there.
Somebody's got to stay on top of it. By the way, I want to say I like your new shirts. You're looking, really nice.
There you
So
go.
are you going to sing Am I Blue?
I'll put that on the list.
We
we're
do
working
sing
on
Blue
Sky.
Velvet, but
Okay.
We have Blue Velvet, that's true.
Right. We get that little bit of blue in there, right? So so there's only a few tickets left. Well, few, but you have a few tickets left.
we have plenty.
And you have, you practice there as well, don't you?
We do. Post-COVID, our new home has been the Schenectady Light Opera Company
Great
Performance
group,
Center,
great group.
which is just great.
Yeah,
You know,
they're
it's
doing
gonna-
Dream Girls now, I think, yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
They're up there doing Dream Girls, and they're going to strike their set, and we're going to come on and put up some of ours. But no, it's a great partnership. To practice in their performance center, but then also to only walk 20 feet out the back door and perform in the theater has just been terrific.
Yeah,
So
well, partnerships, it seems to me that now we all have to look at partnerships.
they've been terrific to us.
Yeah.
I mean, the group is all volunteer there, and it's just been terrific.
Yeah. Now, there's a cost for this, right?
There is
They have to.
$20, all reserved seats.
Okay.
So if you get online, I know
You get your tickets.
The info is being posted right now.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's not a bad seat in there.
no,
I mean,
no, really.
No post, no nothing. It's
No,
all out there.
it's
Balcony's
it's a great
good,
place.
too, yeah.
It is. It is.
So we want to really encourage people to get involved with music. You just heard these guys. These are just they're spot on. I do have to ask you, are you going to be doing the Valentine's Day thing?
We are. Every year we do that, and so we'll be back maybe in.
Yeah, they actually come to your place of business or your home or your nursing home or wherever it is, and they serenade, and they bring a flower and a little box of candy. I understand. I don't know.
That's a great day throughout the community.
It's a great
So-
day. Well, it's not just one day. You do it for.
Well, we usually do it only on Valentine's
Only
Day.
about-
This year we'll have to talk because of where it is, Friday
Okay.
or Saturday, I forget what, but that's always a.
Yeah.
People usually want a Valentine
On Valentine's Day.
Well, they usually want them, believe it or not, at work or someplace else.
So you can't do that.
We do it. You know, we do go to home, but usually the best ones are when we go to.
Where you get a big audience.
Well, it is. You know, when you go to an auto showroom or to a hospital, you usually get a pretty good.
Or come to Capital Region today and have an audience here.
We do.
Good.
So I hope they come out for the show.
Yep.
The show is great. We have just a terrific lineup of course, us, and also some young, just exciting talent. You saw them last year.
Yeah, I know.
and
It's a wonderful show,
It's
and
great.
you will go away feeling really good. And we need those days, don't we?
Yeah.
So we
And if
feel-
anybody wants to come and join us, we love to have people any Tuesday, 7 o'clock. No experience necessary. We provide everything, and if they'd like to come,
Do they
and
have to
join
read
us-
music?
No, because I don't.
Oh,
and,
okay. Well, there you go. You don't need to read music, but as long as you got a good ear, huh?
We provide tapes and we provide the music. So
Good. Thanks so much, Bill, for being here. And
as
thank-
always,
Yeah, and
we'll
thank
see you
you,
in 2
Chuck
weeks.
and Scott and Terry and Hank. Thank you all for being here today. It's a pleasure, and I do like your new shirts. Okay, good. Okay, we're going to go switch over. We're going to be going to Catskill right now, and we're going to be talking with the Bridge Street Theater, and I have to say that when I look at their lineup, I can't imagine all that they do. You do a lot.
Yeah.
You have like your magic show, and you got this, and you got that, and you guys are amazing.
Well, we do a lot of stuff of our own, but we also bring a lot of things in from outside.
You do.
And we try and have something going on all the time.
Yeah, I know. So tell me what's coming up. Okay, we got.
Okay, here we
who's
go.
Gonna speak
There's
first?
a
Who's
lot.
going to speak first? Go
Well,
ahead.
this Friday.
This Friday, yes, this
Yeah.
Friday, we have Peter Samuelson, who is an amazing magician. He came in last year and did a show for us that was sold out. Beautiful show. He's amazing. He's
People
been on
love
Penn and
magic,
Teller.
don't they?
Yeah.
People love magic. In fact, what happened with this?
Illusions. Maybe I should say illusions.
Well, that too. No, we had booked him. This is sort of a preview of a show that he's doing later in the year, and just before Halloween, as sort of a
Oh, okay.
ghostly show. But this is a close-up magic show. So he wanted to do this just to sort of, bring the crowds in first. So we put it in our speakeasy, which is our lobby area, because we figured it would be small. Well,
But
what
now you
happened is
gotta
that so. what happened is it sold out. So we're moving it into the main theater.
Which
So
sort
we
of
got
doubles the capacity. So
Yeah.
if anybody tried to get tickets and couldn't, they can go in and get
They
some
can get them now because
Yeah.
it's not closed down.
right,
Yeah.
right. So
I think people do like, I mean, they know that it's not real, but they love the illusion and trying to figure out how they do it. How do they do that?
Well, Peter literally says, I don't do magic. I just allow people to see it.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
You're also doing Golden Pond. What a wonderful play that
That's what we're closing our season with. We usually like to do at least one show that people recognize the
familiarity,
name.
yeah.
So much of the work that we produce is either new or plays that people have never heard of before. And that really excites us. But
to give a voice to new productions. And
yeah,
new
exactly.
writers.
We love new stuff, but we always, we want something that people have heard of before.
Right.
And they'll go, oh yeah, I know that. I'll go see that.
Oh, I remember Henry Fonda was in that.
Well, and we've got this actor here who's actually playing
You're
the Henry
playing
Fonda.
Henry Fonda's part?
Yeah, I'm playing Henry Fonda's part. Good luck. Yeah. No, I want to say too, with the Electric City Chorus here, first job I ever had when I was a sophomore in high school was singing lead in a barbershop quartet.
Get out! Gee, and they left. You could have gone right there.
at Knott's Berry Farm in Buena Park, California.
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. We got
Did
one
that for
here.
the summer.
That's got to be something that a cappella. You can't. There's no hiding behind a horn or a piano.
Not in the least. The other show in our main stage season that we have coming up before on Golden Pond.
Yeah, let's talk about those. Yeah.
That's coming up October 2nd through the 12th, and it starts rehearsals
And
next week.
What is that play?
This is an amazing show. We discovered a playwright a couple of years ago named Hannah Moscovich, who's Canadian. We've done 2 of her plays now.
This play is about domestic violence. It's an
Yeah.
amazing play.
Yeah, well,
I read the write-up on it.
It's the kind of play where it's about an hour and 15 minutes long. It's 2 characters.
No intermission, probably.
No intermission. You sit there with this play, and you have to remind yourself to breathe. You hit the end of this play, and I know
You take a
people
deep- you
people
exhale.
are going to be talking.
Yeah. That's
On
how
the
you
way
know whether
home,
it's a good one.
and for weeks afterwards
Right,
about this.
We
script.
did several years ago. We did a play of hers. The first time it was a U.S. premiere, as is this one, called "Sexual Misconduct of the Middle Classes," which we did again the U.S. premiere of here.
That was in 2022.
2022. It just got done off Broadway with Hugh Jackman in the lead role.
So
You
So-
beat him to it.
We beat him to it,
our audience has got to see it first.
Right,
Not with Hugh
exactly.
Jackman, but
But so we've really established a relationship with with Hannah and her agent, actually, which is important. And so we did another show of hers called East of Berlin, which the Berkshire Theater Critics gave us an award for.
Best production of
Best production.
2023.
So we're very fond of this woman. She writes beautiful dialogue and very sort of meta-theatrical environment that's very exciting to us. It's very theatrical. So this will be a very interesting
and
piece
really
for us,
thrilling
yeah.
for an audience too,
Yeah.
I think.
So she's a prolific playwright.
Yes, yeah, she's been doing a lot of writing for television now too. Did an adaptation up in Canada for a best-selling book called Little Bird, and she also writes for the series that's on now, Interview with a Vampire,
Oh my
that's
goodness,
based on
yeah.
Anne Rice's books.
I read that book a long
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
Probably 30 years ago.
Right,
It's a
yeah.
long
So she's
time,
doing
yeah.
that too.
So her play is from October 2nd through the 12th, and coming in on October 8th, 6th, I'm
6th.
sorry, October 6th. We're collaborating with, this is a national thing that happens. It's with a group called Enough Plays to End Gun Violence. This is a group that has solicited plays from all over the United States, from high school student playwrights. They've asked them to write plays about gun violence. They had, I think, 175 submissions that they whittled down to the 6 best. And they're being read all over the country
we need this.
in different theaters, both by students and by adult actors, simultaneously on that same day, October 6th. And so, yeah, we're
signed up with
Joining in on that.
Yeah, well, our theater is right behind Catskill High School, so we've had a long relationship with Catskill High.
Nice.
We've done musicals with them in the summers. I did the set design for them for years for their musical that they do there.
All about partnering, right?
Yeah. Well, what happened with them was COVID shut down their production of Pippin the week before it was supposed to open. It was horrifying.
They weren't able to do a show at the high school for two years.
So that summer, coming out of COVID, we did the Addams Family Musical Quarantine Edition.
Yeah, we just brought
with the
I did not know there
with
was
the high school kids. Yeah,
this
that's right.
this was an all student cast, and they came over and actually performed it for 8 performances, just like the regular runs that we do in our theater.
Yeah, so that was great.
So
and then
it
we
gave
did.
them a voice.
Yeah,
It gave them a
exactly.
voice, and then we done it for several years after that.
Right.
So,
And so
what
what
else
else
we
is
got,
coming up?
Stephen?
Okay, amazing group called Mendings of Time. 2 guys who come in. It's an immersive percussion experience.
Sound bath.
Sort of a sound bath thing. Very,
and I
very
emailed them.
healing.
I emailed them because I said, is there a misprint here? What is a sound?
Sound bath.
Well, then when I read it, I go, oh, how stupid. I should have reread the whole thing before I did that.
It's a really sort of healing, meditative experience. But I know people who are at yoga studios or are involved in New Age things love these. You go and it's just
You're bathed.
in this sound.
Yes, and to
So-
speak of a contrast that we do at the theater during that same weekend, we're hosting the comedy festival, the Catskill
Comedy Festival.
So we get a little bit of a whiplash at our theater.
Well, they get to settle down.
Yeah.
I mean, I am blown away by the amount of talent that you bring into Catskill.
Well, there's so much.
I know,
both
but-
locally and we've been doing this for like 40 years together, and we've worked in other theaters and gone to other places.
And by the way, it's his birthday today. Just happy
Your birthday too?
Yes.
Well, it's Raymond's birthday, so please.
Raymond! Yes!
Okay. A birthday
So
boy
there's
is-
some treats over there. I brought in treats for everybody, so
wonderful.
be sure to grab something.
So
before you leave.
we've known and worked with so many wonderful
Yeah.
people, and they know so much wonderful talent, and that we've been able to draw from that and bring in people who we've always wanted to work with again.
So important, so important.
And give them a platform.
Yeah,
too.
we're almost out of time, so
Okay,
what-
right.
just-
So Peter Samuelson is coming back with a big show, a big magic show called Devils and Details, October 24th through the 26th.
Okay.
That's the weekend before Halloween.
Okay.
He's going to be
Okay,
coming
so he
back.
gave you a teaser, and then he's coming
Yeah,
back.
He's
Okay.
And
the
that's
one
a
he's
big
doing
show.
this Friday is kind of an amuse-bouche, and then he's doing this big
one. Okay,
magic
good.
show,
Okay.
Right.
and then on Golden Pond
Yeah.
is coming in November 13th through the 23rd. We're going to do some extra performances of that. Usually we only do 8 performances of our
People
shows,
love that
Thursday through Sunday, but we're going to add a Saturday matinee
Because you got
for
to
that
keep
one
busy.
because we know
You got to keep busy.
well we know it's going to sell. So.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you both for being here. It's
All right,
always
well,
a
thank
pleasure.
you. It's always
John,
great.
and
We
Stephen.
love it, Ann.
Yeah.
Great.
Love to see you, and I'm coming down your way. I'm going to check you out.
Please,
All right.
please.
Good.
Absolutely.
Good.
That'll be
Thank
great.
you so much for being
Okay.
here.
You
today.
bet.
We're going to switch over, and we're going to be talking with the Albany Civic. There's 2, 3. Yeah, there you are back there. Okay, good. I thought there were 3. So coming up, and you're doing a play as well. Evan is the director.
Yes.
Tell us about the play.
I'm directing Jesus Hop to the A Train.
I love that title. What is that about?
It's not as fun as the title sounds, maybe. It's about a young Puerto Rican guy who shoots a cult leader because this cult leader has kind of stolen and corrupted his best friend.
Okay.
So he goes to jail where he meets his public defender, played by
Celia over here.
Thank you, Celia.
and then, long story short, the cult leader ends up dying. So then this guy goes to prison, and he spends time in like the yard with this other criminal who's a serial killer, and they discuss life and philosophy.
Wow.
And there's 2 prison guards, one of which is played by Tom.
You're the guard. You're
who's
the guard.
behind
I'm one of the prison guards, yes.
so, you know, it's an intense play. It's wildly funny, but it's not a comedy. It's dark, but there's humor.
Black comedy?
Yeah, it's a serious play with humor.
Yeah. Okay, good. Well, this is an amazing story, actually.
Yeah.
I think it is. Many years ago, I saw a play called The Steam Bath, and that was where Jesus is in the steam bath. I thought maybe it was going to be the same type of thing.
No,
Yeah.
Jesus does not.
He doesn't appear.
He does not show up in this
Mentioned
play.
often, but doesn't show up in the
Right. Okay. Well, I know, Evan, that you've been directing and you do a lot in theater all the time. Celia, I don't know too much about you. Have you been performing a lot?
Yes. Sorry, I mustn't look. Tony Pallone is here today, and I've worked with him previously. It was actually the last show that I did before I moved down to the city, was a show with Tony. Yeah, I moved down to the city I went to school for theater at SUNY Albany with Evan.
Oh,
which
you
is
went
how
to
we
school
know each
together?
other.
Oh,
Yes.
my goodness.
And I worked down in theater in the city from 2012 to 2018 was when I stopped doing a lot of live performance, but 2020 really put a stop to that for a little while.
Yeah, did everybody.
Yep. And then actually moved back up in 2023. So I lived down in the city for about 10 years.
So now you found a new home.
Yes, I live 10 minutes away from Albany Civic, so it's really nice. It's my local theater. I can go do things whenever I want. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you planning on auditioning for some more plays?
Actually, I recently got a new job. I'm going to be teaching theater, but it's an after-school program, so I won't be able to do as many plays, which is so unfortunate. I'm trying to find something that will let me rehearse on the weekends.
Oh no, that's too bad. Yeah,
But
well,
again,
I mean, life gets in the way.
But it's also, I get to get the acting bug out that way. I get to go and teach kids, which is like
Right.
the other thing that I really love to do.
Yeah. And Tom, tell me about yourself.
I grew up just across the river from Catskill, and then I went and lived in a lot of places across the country for about 30 years and just moved back 2 years ago. And as soon as I got back here, the theater scene is so vibrant in the Capital District that I was like, I'm going to jump in, and I've been in 4 or 5 productions in the last couple of years, and I've got to work at a bunch of different theaters. So super excited to work with this cast and this show and to go back to Albany Civic Theater for my second time.
And it's a nice little theater.
It is such a beautiful little theater. It's a converted old firehouse, and it's got a great space upstairs for the cast. But it's a very personable and intimate theater. But you can still fit, 150 people in there.
I like your description. I was at a production there, and I felt like I was on the stage almost. It was
Absolutely.
I'm part of this. Except I knew I wasn't. Thank goodness.
That's why
we will make you part of it. Yes.
That's why I like doing these intense plays there, because the audience is basically on the stage with you, so it's right in their face, and it really brings you in.
This sounds like a wonderful play, though.
And Albany Civic Theater, to something that was said by the folks from Catskill, Albany Civic Theater in this season has done some really important shows that talk about these social issues that we face, and not just like lighthearted comedy stuff, but like this is a conversation about. Cecilia and I were talking about this earlier. This is a conversation about the structures and the institutions that are around us and that are in our lives, and how power is applied to certain people in our society disproportionately from others. And so that's an important conversation.
Yeah,
it's an important conversation we can have in theater that maybe we can't have as easily, in our living rooms or our workspaces.
Well, I've always judged a play by how much I talk about it after the production. If you're driving home and you're still talking about it, it means that it had an impact, and these social issues are important to bring to people.
And even on like sort of a larger meta level, every single character in the show thinks they are correct. Very few of them are. But they all think they are right, and they are good because they are right. And can you be good even if you don't think you're right? And can you be good even if you've done something wrong? And can you do something wrong and still be a good person? There's a lot. And like my character in particular, Mary Jane, she's a public defender. And she thinks she's above the system that she works in because she sees the flaws in it. And that's not how this works.
No.
I'm a teacher, I get that. I see the flaws in the system that I work in, and I want to make it better, but does that make me not interact with the system? No, I have to on a daily basis. It's a lot of these very heavy questions, and it makes you think about the hypocrisies in your own life. How do you have to interact with the systems and institutions as a whole, It's a great show. I do really love the writing.
Yeah, well, it sounds like, the way that Celia, describes it, it's almost like this is really a thought-provoking play that makes you think. And it's important. People forget to think sometimes because they're watching Netflix and they're watching this and it's just washing over them.
People are volunteering not to think. They're using ChatGPT to write things for them. They're volunteering to not do it.
The show also examines justice versus punishment,
right,
and stuff like that. And I think in the times we're living in, I think it asks a lot of important questions that people should be thinking about.
Right.
You mentioned talking about the play after you've seen it, and that's how you think that's a good show. I try to avoid what I call "what's for dinner" plays, which mean
what's for dinner play?
When I say that, it means when the show's over.
I know what
the
you're
first
saying.
thing you say is, "Well, what's for dinner?"
Yeah.
Instead of, "Whoa, that was a great show," So I try to avoid those plays, and I think so far I've been fairly successful.
Yeah. Well, I know that after seeing plays, my husband and I used to drive home, and we would talk about the play all the time.
Yeah.
Because the plays I think we saw were the ones that made you think or made you see life in a different way. Like what you're talking about. How many of us know people that have been imprisoned and have gone through all of this? I don't know anybody, but I will once I see this play.
Right, and I think that's the beautiful thing both for being an actor and being an audience member is we get to inhabit these people's lives that we would never inhabit.
Right.
And so you come see the show at Albany Civic Theater, and for a couple hours you get to kind of look at these 5 characters on stage and decide, is that person right? Is that person good? Who would I side with in this kind of 5-dimensional chess that's going on? And in doing that, you figure out what you believe about yourself and about the world.
Right. You mentioned 5 characters. Who are the other actors? We know about Tom and Cecilia, but who else is in it?
Joseph Mendez plays our lead. Nelson Moore plays the serial killer, both of which are very good.
Yeah.
And then Jody Green is another actor who's actually from Great Barrington, Massachusetts. He's driving in every night from Great Barrington. I'm very happy with this cast, and they're all just bringing it every night at rehearsal. Like, I can't wait to get this show in front of an audience.
Yeah, you're going to have they're going to walk away thinking after this play, and I like the idea of that.
And it's crazy because, and Evan has a similar experience with this. SUNY Albany it's written by a SUNY Albany alum.
I did not. So it's local. I'm not local, but yeah.
in a way.
Yeah.
And so it was produced by SUNY Albany the semester that I got there. So I first saw it in like 2009.
You've seen this play?
Yes, I've seen it twice, I think. I saw it first in 2009, maybe, was the first time they did it, and then we read it in class. It's sort of like part of the curriculum.
Really?
And so this play is sort of stuck with me and nagged at me for years and years and years and years. And when I saw that Evan was going to be doing it, I said, well, like, maybe finally this is a way to get this out of my system. It's like, no, actually, it's going to get worse. I'm going to be thinking about it forever now.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I've known Cecilia for so long, ever since college, but I've never actually directed Cecilia. So this has been a really great experience for me to kind of have this full circle moment.
Full circle.
We went to college together. We read this show, and now we get to work on this show. It's really neat.
I do have a question because I know that in theater, usually the person who brings the plays that wants to direct it knows about the play and they've chosen it. Why did you choose this one?
Well, like Cecilia said, it was part of our theater curriculum at SUNY Albany, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was the first script I read as a theater major at SUNY Albany.
Really? Oh, so that it stuck with you.
And the show just starts at 100 miles an hour and it never lets up. It grabs you, and it says you're going on this ride, and it just whips you through this whole thing.
Yeah.
It's just, there's an energy and an intensity about it, but it's also really funny. And then there's a lot of humanity, like certain characters. Cecilia's character has a couple monologues to the audience, and I think that kind of brings in a humanity, like a flawed humanity, because all humanity is, but it's a humanity in this kind of inhumane world of this play.
Right, so let's, we're almost out of time, so tell them when they can see this.
We open September 19th. We run Friday, Saturday, Sunday for 3 weekends. We close October 5th.
3 weekends, wow.
The second Sunday, there is a audience talkback after the show.
I love talkbacks.
After the matinee, and we have a representative from the New York State Defenders Institution joining us for that talkback. So I'm really looking forward to that.
This is an amazing,
hearing what they have to say and talk about their work.
Well, they're going to see the play first, right?
Oh yeah.
And then they'll find out.
AlbanyCivicTheater.org. You can get tickets there.
Okay.
You can also get tickets at the box office.
Good.
You know, we hope people come see it because it's a really good show.
It sounds like a very important play. I want to thank you all for being here. And
Thank
not
you.
only that, I want to thank you for bringing a play like this to the public to get them to think a little bit about what's going on, you know, in our justice system, right?
Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Break a leg. Okay, good. I'm going to switch over here because we're going to talk about another theater. I love days when I talk about theater. Tony Pallone, you're here, and you're in the play, right? And
Yes.
Yep, you are. Okay, and Christine is as well. So tell me about the play. What are you doing? And you're over at you're going to be at Steamer 10, right?
Steamer 10, yes.
Yeah.
So it's
great
Harbinger.
space. Great space.
It is. Yeah. I am also president of the Board of Theater Voices, and that's our home space.
Oh, it is as well.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So it's a space I'm very familiar with. And this is Harbinger Theater, which doesn't have but it sort of is a home in and of itself, and goes to lots of different theaters. They've performed at Albany Civic. They performed at the Sand Lake Center for the Arts. They're all over the place, and this is their stop at Steamer 10, which is kind of exciting.
It's not a large theater, but it's got a great seating. I mean, because no matter where you sit, you can see the stage.
It's another converted firehouse.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, I guess that's what we do with firehouses.
Well, once you don't need that one, they build a new one. Something's got to do it, and some people buy them and convert them into a home. So
sure.
Sure. So tell me about the play.
Yeah. So it's a story of nine people whose lives intersect. They all live on this island, about 30 minutes or so from, Seattle?
Seattle.
Yeah, so the Pacific Northwest. And they all have these sort of curious character quirks, but they're all sort of brought together because the orca whales that they usually see this time of year, they jump out of the water and it's very, moving. Yes. They have disappeared and they don't know why, and they're trying to figure out why. But in addition to that, they're also sort of exploring their own, inner dynamics and relationships with one another.
It's a little unconventional in the sense that the audience is not going to see an Act 1 and intermission in Act 2. It's unconventional in the sense that, we're brought together ostensibly because of the whales, and we're very concerned about that. But then there's these snippets of vignettes, if you will, that go from character to character to character with no real theme for the audience.
Okay, it's just basically learning about each character.
The relationships, and even the relationships go in and out. And the intensity of these relationships is amazing. The playwright is masterful in this play. For the audience, it's a little unconventional. You have to follow along, but it's beautiful. And I think that people watching this, they are going to relate to probably more than one character here. It's amazing.
Yeah, I'm laughing because at the very beginning of the play, the way that it opens is we sort of introduce ourselves as islanders who are playing various roles. We start talking about what roles we're playing, and then we say, you know what, it's a lot to keep track of. Don't even bother. Don't try. Don't keep
up with this.
Yeah, that's actually in the script. It's like, just give up now. and you'll get to know, you'll come to know what you
So
need to
who
know.
are you?
I am 3 characters. I am, in addition to the Islander, I am Alexander, the dancing boy, who just wants to be a dancer, but we're not sure if he has any talent at all, and his mom just kind of like, oh, sweetie, right? And then I also play this German oceanographer who has just a brief moment on the phone. It's very funny scene. And then the biggest character I played, save for last, is a man named Chris, who's recently split up from his wife. This is a dynamic that mirrors my own real life. So it's really been interesting to delve into that character. That's, I would say, the most serious character of the 3.
So how do you transition into each of these characters? New hat or?
Not so much.
Nothing? Okay.
A little bit. Like I have an outfit for Chris, and then I'll take it off to be Alexander. But literally just like, I've got like a coat
Just
on
a
for
little
Chris.
something.
Little something. What about you? Did you?
Yeah, I'm going to go on to,
Okay, the
Christine
first thing
here.
I have to say, and this is not a spoiler alert, his scene as Alexander are
the dancing
hilarious.
boy.
They are the highlight of the show for me. It's hard. You just watch in absolute awe, and it's the genuine belly laughter. In terms of what he goes from these, we all have to go from a silliness or a chaos because we're having a town meeting, but we talk over each other and we don't listen to each other. But you have to go from that to very serious, and there's no break, there's no costume change, there's no props, there's no scenery.
There's no scenery?
Correct.
Yeah, it's
Just chairs or
just
what?
chairs. I mean, there's a part
It's
where
almost like a stage reading.
Yeah, I mean, well,
Sputter,
coincidentally
sputter.
for theater voices, right? But I think that we're successful in creating pictures without actually having to show them. There's a part where I say, "Well, you've taken care of the bushes," and there's no bushes there, but I'm indicating that
Hilarious.
there are bushes.
That is hilarious. Every husband is going to laugh out loud when he says these lines because he is every husband. He's definitely my husband.
So I know a lot about Tony, but tell me a little bit about yourself. Have you been?
So I am an attorney.
Okay.
And I did theater in high school, played actually in our town the role of Emily. And I sort of had a fear-based decision-making when I went to college because in 5th grade I decided I was going to be an attorney, even though I auditioned for a theater program and my heart wanted to do theater. I just didn't do it. Even when I went to college at SUNY Albany, I didn't feel like I had the time to put in a theater program. I had to put myself through college. So I'd go off and be a lawyer. But always when I would go to...
In your heart.
Right. I'd go to the Bridge Street or I'd go to the Albany Civic Center, and as I watch and you watch a play, I always thought, I should be doing this. I want to do this. It was, I guess you'd call it a bucket list gut feeling in my life. I just wanted to try it. And so the end of last year, I retired from my position as general counsel of a state agency, and I started auditioning. And I got a lot of no's.
The blood's going, huh?
Well, it was hard. And Chris Foster saw something, and he calls me up, and I had actually auditioned more for more of a comedic role for the play, and he was like, "Who are you?" And I would like to put you in the role of Ella. And I naively, of course, I'm just thrilled to get a yes.
To get on stage.
So I say, okay, well, Ella's character is dying of cancer. So
oh dear.
That has been, it's a tricky emotional role for me. There's comedic parts as my Islander position, and then there's some very difficult discussion. She's doing an assisted suicide under the law in the state of Washington. Mm-hmm. So her character, she thinks
there's
the play
serious part.
Each of the relationships of the characters has something different, like the relationship with Chris and Mary as spouse. There's a homeless person. There's so much in this play, in addition to Where Are the Orcas, which also has a message that is as timely as can be in terms of what is going on in this country and in our world with the environment. So there's the bigger picture, which certainly comes through. And then there's all of these emotional issues of people in these issues with their lives, from people having marital problems to someone who knows they're dying, and how we're going to handle that. And there's other characters as well.
Sounds like a play you're going to talk about afterwards.
I think he's
Yeah,
brilliant.
I think so.
There's going to be no dinner talk after this show. You're not going to talk about the set or the scenery, which sometimes you do.
What's for dinner? We're not doing that.
I think that people are going to understand that this is our lives. Most people are going to resonate with it.
Well, it's funny you mentioned Our Town, because sometimes this play is compared to Our Town because of the lives of different characters coming together. And Chris, our director, says it's sort of like Our Town meets Northern Exposure.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Northern
Yes.
Exposure.
Me too.
Yes.
Absolutely one of
My
my favorite
favorite,
shows.
favorite
Yeah.
show.
Yes, quirky characters.
Sicily, right?
Yes, Alaska,
Yeah.
right.
It's a beautiful play.
Yeah.
I think it's an unconventional in one sense, but in terms of what he is able to get through in less than 2 hours is amazing.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to go back to you. I know that you've been on the show before, but tell the audience who don't know you a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Tony Pallone. Hello. I am a locally based actor, director. When I'm not doing that, I'm a writer. I'm a graphic designer. I do a lot of things.
You do a lot of
I do a lot of. I'm definitely an example of the gig work economy, which I really love that. Being able to do so many different things and explore so many different sides of myself.
What a gift!
Yeah, thanks. And I've been doing, kind of like Christine. I mean, it was fifth grade where I first sort of had this feeling of wanting to be involved with the theater. But it took me a while too. It took me until college to really sort of break out of my shell and not be afraid of my own shadow, and just start exploring that. And it's had a place in my life ever since. And being part of this has been really great, because Harbinger is really supportive of the
New
cast.
talent too.
New talent, right? Of like they've combined, someone who's a lot of experience, someone who's new, and we help each other. And they're also very supportive, as you know, of the community. The Harbinger folks, Patrick White, recently put together the first Capital Region Festival of Theater to celebrate. I mean, I think it's been mentioned already today, just how vibrant this theater community is in the Capital District, which is, it's really incredible. I think if I were to move somewhere else, that's the thing I would miss the most.
You're going to miss the most.
Yeah.
I will share one snippet with you. My first understudy was Our Town.
Ah, there you go.
Oh, wow.
It's a wonderful play.
Fifth grade must have been a banner
Isn't
year.
that amazing?
Yeah.
When you both mentioned, I go, oh, my mind
Our
is
Town,
going like
yeah.
this. Oh, wait a minute, I did an understudy on that one.
Yeah. So this is sort of a modern Our Town, if you will.
Yeah.
Good.
Everything comes
I'm
back.
really, it
Whales,
sounds like
modern Our Town with whales.
Yeah, with whales.
Or lack of whales. Where are the whales?
I want to thank you both for being here. And did you say the dates of the play?
No.
No, we September 12th through 21st.
Coming right up.
Yeah.
Get your tickets.
Yep. Only $15. You can't do anything for $15.
I'm surprised you can
That's right.
pay the royalties for
so
that.
it's
That's
at Steamer 10,
right.
500 Western Ave.
Yep.
Starts the Thursday night, there's a preview, and then this weekend and the following weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Good.
Yep.
Good. And you go to matinee if you're
Yeah,
don't want to
Sunday
drive
at
it
2,
down.
Sunday matinee.
Friday, Saturday at 7:30.
Yep.
And Steamer 10 is just a great place.
It's a great place.
Yes.
And
So
there's parking all around the area.
So much
Yeah,
parking,
yeah.
absolutely.
You can park in that Citizens Bank lot just
Yeah,
across
they
the
don't
street.
mind.
They don't
No.
mind, as
Yeah.
long as they're not doing banking
Yeah,
business.
not unless you're going to take some money out and give it to you. No.
Yeah, oh, sure. $15.
Thank you both for
Thank
being
you.
here. And I'm so happy to see that you found a new.
I'm humbled to be a part of it.
Yeah, that's great. I'm so happy to hear that, because it's so nice to kind of blossom.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm trying.
Good.
Thanks, Ann.
And
Thank you
here
so
we are, Michael. We're going to be talking about what's going on. You're having a fundraiser.
Yes.
Mount Ida Preservation
Association.
Association.
So we're having a kickoff fundraiser for a season of program our first ever season of program that's going to take us from all the way through October to the end of the year.
Amazing.
Every weekend, we're going to be having concerts, theater, circus performance, poetry.
I know, the
improv.
circus. How are you doing that?
So we're working with the Big Top group, and they are going to be doing a youth circus training program every Sunday leading up to November 22nd.
Okay.
And they're going to put on a show for us that will feature what they've learned and the circus arts.
Aren't they
at
located in
Mount Ida.
Troy? Aren't they? Is that?
They recently, their big event is Circus in the Park, which just happened on September 7th.
Okay.
And we hosted, Big Top Group hosted Cirque Kick-Ass, who performed out of a truck and did some incredible acrobatics in our neighborhood.
Yeah, I heard, because I think they've been around before. I mean, they've been around, yeah. Good, so I can't believe you're doing that, but I know you got a beautiful venue for music, and
Absolutely.
So tell me a little bit more about some of the other programs that you're having. And you got a fundraiser, don't forget that.
Don't forget the fundraiser, yeah, it's important. So I'll start there. Our fundraiser is on September 26th. It's going to offer a first look at what our sanctuary will look like. It's going to be all done up. We'll have great lighting. A famous local chef, Larry Shapezi, is donating his time to curate this fine dining event. He's famous for Ilium Cafe and Tosco's, which used to be in downtown Troy. We'll be having live piano by a local musician, Vince Bonafed, and we'll be announcing our full season. We've kind of been giving hints of what's going to be happening, but we'll line out all our dates and who's playing and speaking, and we'll also be honoring a couple of our members at Mount Ida Preservation Association. The Caird family, and specifically Brant Caird, for donating the church to the nonprofit Mount Ida Preservation Association.
So that was donated?
It was.
I did not know that, okay.
And then we'll also be honoring Denise Dunham, who was the first tenant, bringing in the food pantry and starting our work in community service and reactivating the church.
Tell me a little bit more about that. And are you renovating the sanctuary as well?
We are. We are continuing all kinds of renovations. And if you think about what Mount Ida's mission is, it started as historic preservation. And we wanted to save this church that didn't have anything going on. It had sat dormant for 9 years and was dilapidated.
It not? Yeah. So, sort of like the one up in Saratoga that was
it was
dormant, and they had to really do that one over.
It was in rough shape, and through little small volunteer efforts and small grants, we got the food pantry in 2016 with a certificate of occupancy from the city and the downstairs space. And then just last year in 2024, we opened the sanctuary. It was actually the first time I came on your show.
Yeah, you came on the show last year,
that opening. And we've learned a lot from artists and rental program to curate show that gets us to the point now that we're ready for a season of program. And so we started as history. We're achieving that historic preservation through community, with the food pantry, and we're wanting to bring in more people to this community space, and we're doing that through art. So it's history through community, through art.
And there's so much art. You can have art shows, you can have, music, theater, monologues, whatever.
Yeah, and I think we've heard a lot from theaters on the show today, which is so exciting, and I love what they're bringing and what Mount Ida
might even have a barbershop quartet there. Right?
I was thinking that I got to get their card. I'd love to have them at Mount Ida.
Yeah.
In these churches, you get a great natural reverb where the harmonic sounds just really. They take it to the next level in a space that really has that.
Well, one of the things that I would imagine are one of your biggest challenges would be lighting and sound. Now, granted, their sound is good, but if you're doing a play or doing something else, your sound might have to be a little bit different.
It is a challenge. We've had to have some unique ways to deal with it. We've had a few sound engineers come into the space and just give us some ideas. We ordered some curtains that go in the back.
Sound baffling.
That kind of
baffles
the sound a bit. We've learned to only turn on one PA because if you get two, you get some mixed waves.
And you get a
that can be problematic in the space. So we're figuring it out. But that first year of program was. It was a learning year for us. We did a lot of shows and learned along the way. But I think that's what makes Mount Ida really special. It's this community learning and coming together to save a space that's important and iconic in our neighborhood.
Okay, so it's a preservation. So how long
right.
was that? What kind of a church was it, and how long was it there?
So it was erected in 1869 by the Farnham family.
1869.
That's right.
So it really is an old building.
Oh yeah, it's over 150 years old. And it was the Free Ascension Episcopal Church.
Okay.
And it operated that way up until 2000.
Really?
Yes. It was, it stood for a long time. And a lot of, some of our board members were church members before they became
So they
board
appreciate
members
the
and stewards.
preservation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a challenge to figure out how to repurpose and get the space active and living again, but I can say with this new season of program that almost every evening is booked for rehearsals, for community practice events. You know, Troy Samba practices at our space, and for the events themselves on the weekends, and it's the most life this building has had in decades.
Michael, you are doing a fabulous job I mean, the idea of preservation is one thing. I think it's so important to preserve things. I mean, let's tear it down and start over. Let's put, it's like, no. The architecture, there's something about having something solid that was in the community that you can look at and say, and you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah,
it's been a long road, but it's really exciting to see it start coming together and having this momentum into this new life.
Are you for want of getting people to come in and perform there, or are you are you looking for
so
more
we're
people?
booked for our entire fall program through the end of the year.
That's a good thing.
It is a good thing. What we're looking to do, and this is still kind of in the planning stages, is we're going to have two sort of curated seasons. We're going to have our fall season, which will start,
spring season,
and a spring season, which will go March to May. And then in between, we'll still rent the facility. It'll be open for rentals.
So somebody could have a wedding there or do something like that.
You could rent it. You could do a private party. Sometimes artists that don't make it into the big the big curated program, if they want to rent the space to do it, whatever it is, on the off seasons, we'd love to get you in the space and just make it, the idea is it's a community resource. We want to.
It's a community center. I mean, not in that sense, but it's a place of gathering.
It's a place of gathering.
Yeah.
Right. It's gets you to come out of your house and to engage with others.
And not only that, but to experience new programs and things that are a little bit different that maybe you wouldn't normally see. I've got to make an announcement, but we're going to come back. We're going to come back. Okay. I want to first of all mention that that Word Plays, they could not get on the show today. I was just packed, so I do want to give them a shout out. They're going to be doing Word Plays, and there's the information on that. But next time we're going to be talking to author Peter Ballant about his book, and it's an amazing book. I'm reading it now, and you want to hear about it. The Highlight Acting Troupe will be joining us, along with the Autumn Glow Festival, which is over at the Maybe Historic Farm. Apparition Hall will be here. We'll be talking about some of their paranormal experiences. And then we're going to be talking about a big event coming, it's going on right now, the Art of the Brick, the Lego experience. It's going on at Armory Studios, New York. So check that out as well. And that's coming up on our next show. I'm going back here to Michael Easterbrook, and we're going to be talking more about the Mount Ida Preservation Association. I'm going to get that.
MIPA, if you want to really shorten it down.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Well, because I'm also in my mind, I'm thinking about the Saratoga, the Universal Preservation Hall.
Yes.
But they did exactly the same thing.
In a way, they're an example for us.
Yeah.
And we're hoping to follow a similar
One of the
path.
questions that I ask is, I know that many of these, in Schenectady Light Opera had the same issue, and some in many places had the same issue. Schenectady Civic Players. Air conditioning. Do you do air conditioning in the summer? Or that's an expensive thing.
We do not have air conditioning.
Yeah, see, that's pretty prevalent with some of these older places.
Yeah, and everyone gets forewarned, including this past summer. But believe it or not, there's a surprising number of community members who are just excited to have a space. And they open the windows, they open the doors, they set up some fans, and they're like, would you please rent it to us to do our event? And we say, okay, just make sure you
Okay,
have an
yeah,
intermission.
as long as you know,
Give
yeah.
half hours, as long as you know.
But you're not alone, because this is pretty, I run into this with a lot of organizations that are redoing old buildings. It's like, oh, we can't figure out how to do this, and it's too expensive.
We luck out on our community hall because that's built into the ground,
Yeah.
and it stays cool year round, which is great.
Yeah.
However, our sanctuary does get pretty toasty.
Yeah, so yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. So one more time, when is your fundraiser?
Fundraiser is September 26th. You can get our tickets through our Facebook, through our Instagram, and on our website at www.mountidatroy. That's MOUNT Ida Troy.
Yeah, I realized I put MT and I go, no, that's mountain. No, I gotta come out. Yeah.
mountidatroy.org. We have an events page. All of our events are going to be going up there, and they'll be live in the next week. Our fundraiser is live now, obviously, and all the events for the season through the end of the year will be up in the next week or so.
Well, Troy has really stepped up, I think, with a lot of the arts and a lot of the activities that they do on the waterfront and everything like that.
It's been exciting to see all the new activity
be part of
and
that.
the arts. And
Thank
be
you
a
so
part
much
of
for
it.
being on the show, Michael.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure to have you on and to know that you are doing something great to preserve history.
Yeah.
And to bring it to the forefront and make it part of the community.
Thanks so much for giving me the time to talk about it.
Great. Thank you so much for watching Capital Region Today. I'm Ann Perilli, your host, and always a pleasure to join you wherever you're watching, whether you're on YouTube or wherever. Thanks for watching.